Elevate yourself to claim what is inherently yours, as instructed by Neville Goddard. A relative of mine, engaged in journalism, recounted how Robert Millikan, a scientist, committed himself to his ambitions during a time of significant financial hardship and before his scientific aptitude was acknowledged. He crafted a vision of success and financial security into a simple affirmation, as if he had already achieved his goals. This affirmation was repeated until it became a part of his very essence, pushing away any doubts. While these might not be his exact words, they were conveyed to me in this manner: I possess a stable and sufficient income that not only satisfies my personal needs but also empowers me to assist others. As I often emphasize, our perspective shapes our reality. The affirmations we declare for ourselves will not materialize unless we deeply believe in them. Neville Goddard advises us to articulate our ambitions for greatness and financial security using first-person pronouns and the present tense, such as I am and I have. He steered clear of statements like "I will achieve greatness" or "I will have financial security," as these imply that such achievements are always beyond our grasp. Instead, he transformed these aspirations into his current reality. It is essential for the dream to be perceived as an existing reality within the dreamer's mind. One must dwell in the imagination on what one desires to manifest in reality, for by visualizing a scenario, the soul aligns with the outcomes of that visualization. Without placing oneself within the imagined reality, the desired outcomes will not materialize. This principle propels us towards the summit of consciousness, urging us to deeply connect with the envisioned state until it becomes undeniably tangible, under the guidance of the one who aids our rise. The initial declaration in any form of amendment or healing carries profound importance, as underscored in the scriptures. It is vital to understand that the cosmos, from an inner perspective, is composed of various levels, and an individual resonates with the level they currently occupy. As we evolve, our environment transforms to mirror our new state of existence. Those who, through prayer, visualize themselves in a better state and accept this vision as their truth will see their prayers come to fruition. This ascension is achieved by affirming our present identity as that which we aspire to become, fully embracing and experiencing it as our reality. To transcend our current challenges requires a deep psychological transformation. Our self-perception and beliefs dictate everything. Any concept that contradicts our beliefs or seems unattainable will not come into being. The idea that the meek and humble are fortunate is frequently misinterpreted. Humility does not equate to financial lack. It signifies the ability to extend help to others. Those who perceive themselves as unworthy and take the phrase "you are dust, and to dust you shall return" in a literal sense diminish their divine potential and relinquish the power to shape their destiny. They ought to draw inspiration from the Mexican physician who, despite his financial struggles and unrecognized scientific contributions, boldly declared, "I generate a stable and secure income that not only covers my needs but also permits me to support others." Adopting any self-view less than the highest robs you of your destined prosperity, for the promise is that the meek, today, are fortunate and will inherit the earth. Originally, meek contrasts with resentful and hostile. We might reinterpret meek as disciplined, akin to a once wild animal now mentally mastered. This is similar to a vine that, previously untamed and wild, now yields plentiful fruit, as if in gratitude to the hand that wisely pruned it. Therefore, a meek person is one who exercises significant discipline, and as such, can only be seen in a state of excellence, living an ever-enhancing life, in line with Philippians 4 verse 8, which urges us to concentrate on whatever is true, honorable, just, and pure. Fundamentally, a meek person retains control over their emotions and stays uplifted, recognizing this as essential for a better life. The belief that any individual, like the visionary in the field, possesses the capability to change the course of their life through their determination is crucial. The method of converting our desires into our present reality is key for those in pursuit of truth, not the countless truths of this perplexing world, but the singular truth that liberates us. The American ideal of assisting others embodies the most noble mission for all of us. Through our imagination, affirmations, and internal dialogue, we have the power to transform our world and our future. A deeper inspection reveals the connection between our emotions and the events that unfold in our lives. With this insight, we welcome all experiences, understanding the reasons for their occurrence. As the vine recognizes its branches, we will realize that everything we encounter is an extension of ourselves, for which we are responsible. To create a new life, we must start afresh, focusing on our current mental state, our thoughts, and feelings. An elevated mood leads to higher states of existence. Both individuals and communities progress spiritually as they embrace greater truths, for everything becomes true for oneself, even falsehoods. This renders escaping negative situations difficult, as they seem to be our reality. However, a higher truth exists, closer to the absolute truth. To reach this absolute truth or a higher vibration, we must sustain our highest state of being. The heights are also meant for inhabitation. The entities that populate your world are attracted by a single factor, your emotions. Without pre-experiencing each of these entities, they would not manifest. The desire to move beyond your current state to a higher one is not just permissible, it is commendable. In our world, the impetus for advancement is often a deep-seated dissatisfaction with one's current state, driving a desire for greater beauty, enhanced health, and more robust security. Reflecting on the words of John 16 verse 24, "Until now you have not asked for anything in my name, ask and you will receive, so that your joy may be complete," we are reminded of the critical need for spiritual rejuvenation. This rejuvenation is accessible through a genuine faith journey where individuals, on their own and without dependence on religious leaders such as rabbis, priests, or pastors, embark on the path of self-evolution to a higher self, similar to Dr. Mickens' path. The attainment of national wisdom is impossible without individual wisdom. Therefore, the concept that all support is essentially a form of self-support is promoted, underlining the significance of an individual's earnest commitment to their path of self-betterment, embracing a renewed identity and being. Further assistance is secondary, provided to aid this transformation. The identities we aim to embody are ready for us, but they remain beyond our reach until we initiate the process of embodying these identities. It is vital to affirm our immediate living of our goals and to act in harmony with this conviction, with the recognition that this reality, though it may seem fictional to the outside world at present, will become reality through steadfastness. A true individual shuns superficial judgments, opting instead for fair evaluations. They seek the best in themselves and others, striving for the most favorable life conditions. Such a person employs selective listening, focusing only on what is beneficial, recognizing and adhering to the paramount truth, the liberating truth. For a truth that does not free is but a shadow of the true essence. He speaks truths, and each spoken word will take root and grow with unstoppable vigor. The conversion of our desires into our current reality is of utmost importance for those seeking not the numerous truths of this confusing world but the singular truth that truly liberates. The drive to assist others also forms a fundamental part of this American principle, representing the highest call for all of us. Through our creativity, affirmations, and internal dialogues, the conversations we engage in with ourselves, we have the power to completely transform our environment and our future. A closer look reveals the connection between our emotions and the events that unfold in our lives. This understanding enables us to accept all that happens, grasping the reasons behind their occurrence. Just as the vine identifies with its branches, we will see that everything we encounter is an extension of ourselves, for which we are responsible. To forge a new life, we must begin at the base, which is our present emotional state, our thoughts, and feelings. Raising our emotional state opens the door to increasingly positive circumstances. Both individuals and communities grow spiritually as they recognize and accept higher or superior truths, making everything real to us, even if initially perceived as unreal. Escaping a negative situation appears challenging because it feels like our reality. However, a higher truth exists, nearer to the absolute truth. To approach this absolute truth or rise to a higher vibrational level, maintaining an elevated emotional state is crucial. These elevated realms are also intended for habitation. The entities that fill your world are attracted by a single factor, your emotions. Without these precursor emotions, these entities would not appear in your reality. The aspiration to rise from your current state to a higher one is not just permissible, it is imperative. Without a universal sense of dissatisfaction with the present state, progress in this world would stall. It is entirely natural to seek improved beauty, better health, and greater security. As stated in John 16 verse 24, "Until now you have not asked for anything in my name, ask and you will receive, so that your joy may be complete." A spiritual awakening is required, achievable through a true spiritual mindset where each individual, independently and without intermediaries such as rabbis, priests, or pastors, takes on the challenge of moving towards a superior understanding of their existence, akin to Dr. Mickens' experience. Wisdom on a national scale is unachievable if its citizens lack individual wisdom. Thus, the belief that all support is fundamentally self-support is propagated, highlighting the necessity of an individual's passionate involvement in their self-enhancement journey, adopting a new persona and essence. Any additional support is merely supplemental, coming forth to facilitate this path. The new identities we seek to adopt are waiting for us, yet they remain unachieved until we act as the pioneers of these identities. We must proclaim our current realization of our ambitions and live in accordance with this new reality, acknowledging that this state, this truth we embrace, although it may seem improbable to the external world now, will manifest if we persist. The genuine individual avoids shallow judgments, opting for just evaluations instead. They recognize the best potential in themselves and others, aiming for the most beneficial life scenarios. Such an individual practices selective listening, tuning in only to the constructive and fulfilling, adhering to the supreme truth, the truth that emancipates, for a truth that does not liberate is essentially a facade of the true essence. He speaks from a place of truth, and every word uttered will plant a seed so powerful that nothing can stop its flourishing.